How did a basketball maestro become a financial legend? Step off the court and into the world of Kobe Bryant, where his 33,643 points are outshined by astute investments, creating a $600 million net worth. Get ready to explore the savvy strategies of an athlete whose name echoes through the halls of both sports and business. Kobe Bryant, straight out of high school, took the NBA by storm. He didn't even go to college. He was ready, selected 13th by the Hornets, and swiftly swapped to the Lakers. He stood out from the rookie crowd as a true phenomenon. When the 1996-97 NBA season commenced, Kobe Bryant stepped onto the court as the second youngest player in the history of the league. He was 18 years, 72 days, and also became the youngest NBA starter at 18 years, 158 days. The youngest player in the league. Yes, but he also started games. That's how good he was. Championships, 5 of them with the Lakers, all won in the years 2000, 2001, 2002, 2009, and 2010. MVPs. He grabbed those too, shining brightest in the 2007 to 2008 season. And the All-Star games, he was practically a fixture, appearing 18 times. But it's not just about the trophies and the accolades. Remember the time he scored 81 points in a single game? That's Kobe for you, breaking records and setting standards. And at 34, he became the youngest player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points. Did I mention the Olympic gold medals? 2 of them, just to add to his collection. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. Kobe faced a ton of skeptics. Skeptics are like, can this kid even ball with the Giants? But Kobe, he just flipped his cap backwards and said, watch me. Then when it came to injuries, boy, he did have a collection. An ankle that went snap during the finals, fingers that wouldn't stay straight, and knees that groaned under the slam dunks. In fact, in April 2013, Kobe suffered a ruptured Achilles tendon. This injury was not only physically excruciating, but also considered career-threatening for a player in his mid-30s. The Achilles tendon is crucial for explosive movements in basketball, and many doubted if Kobe could ever return to his previous level of play. But Kobe, with that iron will, bounced back every single time, making comebacks cooler than a movie hero walking away from an explosion. And if you have heard of the Mamba mentality, it wasn't just a cool name for a book. It was Kobe's blueprint for life. Think of it as his personal strategy for dunking on life's challenges. Kobe studied his opponents like he was prepping for the SATs, only with more sweat and less number 2 pencils. He was all about pushing the limits, turning rivals into records waiting to be broken. Speaking of rivals, Kobe's had a few. His showdowns with the Spurs Duncan, the Celtics Garnett, and the Court King LeBron were more epic than a superhero crossover event. But let's not forget the dream teams, like the unstoppable Kobe-Shaq duo and his dynamic partnership with Pau Gasol. These guys didn't just share the ball. They shared championship rings. But Kobe Bryant's life wasn't just about the epic plays. It was his ability to lead, inspire, and bounce back like a basketball on hardwood that is even more outstanding. And it's no wonder we see this resilience in his financial life too. Speaking about money, how did Kobe build a financial empire that's more solid than his stance at the free throw line? But before we dive into that interesting possibility, you are at Wealth Herald here, your #1 YouTube channel on the money and business life, your favorite athletes, and how you can position yourself to start a great financial journey, learning from these legends. Don't miss any of our future videos. Hit the subscribe button to become a part of our amazing community. Kobe Bryant, folks, was a money-making maestro. You know those big brands we all love? Kobe was the face of quite a few. Nike? Check. McDonald's? Got it. Dude had deals sweeter than a 3-point buzzer beater, which padded his wallet and kept his sneakers on our feet. Kobe's sneaker series with Nike, the Kobe AD. Those bad boys are more than just shoes. They're a legacy in laces. Rocking a pair is like walking in the footsteps of a legend. But wait, the man didn't stop there. He put on his investment jersey and played the tech industry like a champ. Remember Body Armor? Yeah, that sports drink you chug down. Kobe saw its potential before it was cool. And when Coca-Cola came knocking, that investment soared higher than Kobe's vertical jump. Then there's the real estate game. This guy had many luxurious homes. His Newport Coast mansion, it was a palace fit for basketball royalty. And Kobe didn't just live large. His Newport Beach mansion, bought it for $4 million, sold it for over $6 million. Easy money. The Irvine crib snatched it up for $1.3 million and listed it for nearly $2 million. Kobe knew the real estate playbook inside out. When it was all said and done, Kobe's net worth was sitting pretty at around $600 million. But you better believe it's still climbing posthumously. So our man Kobe pairs up with Jeff Steibel, the founder of Web.com, and like a dynamic duo, they established the venture capital firm known as Bryant Steibel. Kobe also ventured into building a fortress for future champions, the Mamba Sports Academy, and in the courts of the academy, it wasn't just about drills and skills. It was about building a mindset, a way of life. Kobe was shaping young bloods to be more than athletes. He was crafting leaders. He also has showcased his interest in emerging technologies and entrepreneurial ventures through his investment in Ring DNA, a company that employs artificial intelligence to assess vast volumes of sales calls and text exchanges enhancing a company's sales strategies, as well as in VIP Kid, an online education platform that connects Chinese students with English-speaking teachers, and in the Players Tribune, a digital media platform that allows athletes to share their stories directly with fans, etc. But hey, did you know that Kobe's game plan was always about more than points? It was about impact. And that, my friends, is a perfect alley-oop to our next chat on Kobe's Grand Slam in philanthropy. Because when we talk about Kobe, we're talking about a legacy that's about way more than money. It's about the heart. In fact, the Mamba also did exploits in acts of kindness and giving back to society. You want me to dive into the part of Kobe's story that warms the heart, don't you? So here we find Kobe not just shooting hoops, but he's shooting for a future where every kid gets a fair crack at success. He's dribbling past obstacles, providing scholarships and partnering with schools. It's like an assist, but instead of scoring points, it's scoring futures. Kobe's foundation is all about giving kids from every sideline a chance to get in the game of life. And oh boy, the man didn't just play defense on the court, he was guarding the community too. From leading the home walk to grant wishes that are bigger than an NBA championship ring, Kobe was there like the dependable teammate we all dream of. His global initiatives, Kobe was shooting for a world where charity knows no borders. It's not just a local league he's playing in. It's the World Series of goodness. Now, not all of Kobe's kind acts made the highlight reel. Some of that generosity happened off camera. No lights, no press, just pure Mamba heart. And just when you think the buzzer's about to go off on Kobe's legacy, we've got more. Next up, we're talking legacy beyond basketball. Because like the epic comebacks he's known for, Kobe's influence is far from over. After hanging up his Lakers jersey, Kobe didn't just take it easy. No sir. He became that guy every young baller wanted to be like, the real MVP when it came to being a role model. He was all about passing on the wisdom, not just the basketball. And talking about fatherhood, Kobe was in a league of his own. With his squad of 4 girls, he showed the world that girl dad is a badge of honor. Each day he dropped dimes of love and life lessons, no-look passes of wisdom to Gianna, Natalia, Bianca, and Capri. He was scoring major dad points, even being dubbed most valuable dads by his wife. That's the kind of stat that doesn't show up on the scoreboard. Kobe was also a powerhouse for women's sports. The guy was courtside at WNBA games more than popcorn vendors, hyping up the Lady Hoopers and giving them the props they deserve. He wasn't just about talk. He was changing the game for female athletes, showing that respect's got no gender. His legacy? It's not just in the rafters, folks. It's in the unstoppable drive of those he inspired in every field, every day. And speaking of fields, what's up next? We'll be cruising down Kobe's memory lane, looking at the properties and memorials that honor the legend, because legends never really leave the game, their spirit just builds a home in it. Kobe Bryant's memory lives on, big time. Crowds gathered in Los Angeles for the Celebration of Life Memorial, held to honor Kobe Bryant and his daughter, Gianna, who tragically died in a helicopter crash. The event took place on February 24, significant for the numbers 2, Gianna's jersey and 24, Kobe's jersey. The Staples Center, seating 20,000, hosted the event, with tickets sold and proceeds donated to the Mamba and Mambacita Sports Foundation. Gianna Bryant's 15th birthday, a year after her tragic death in a helicopter crash, inspired Vanessa Bryant's Mamba and Mambacita Foundation. She launched a Mambacita apparel line, featuring her daughters and dedicating proceeds to the foundation. Vanessa noted her late husband and daughter's ongoing motivation and inspiration in her philanthropic endeavors. Nike also celebrated Kobe Bryant's Hall of Fame basketball career with Mamba Week on what would have been his 42nd birthday, August 23. The week commemorated his jersey numbers 8 and 24, including sneaker and jersey releases. Also, several memorials and statues have been erected to provide fans with a place to remember and pay their respects. Iconic locations like the Staples Center in Los Angeles and the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame have unveiled memorials, including statues and plaques, ensuring that Kobe's legacy is enshrined for generations to come. For example, a distinctive exhibit dedicated to Kobe Bryant was established at the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame, with substantial design input from various stakeholders, including Vanessa Bryant Trading Card Company Panini America, and additional collaborators. This expansive 600-foot exhibit, aptly named Kobe, A Basketball Life, was elaborated upon in detail by the Los Angeles Times. And that's the wrap on the legend. The icon Kobe Bryant. From his unmatchable legacy on the court to the incredible success of it, Kobe's story is one of passion, hard work, and heart. But the game goes on, and with it, the stories of triumph continue. Up next, we're diving into another legend who's changing the game. LeBron James. We're talking about a guy who's carving his own path. If you thought Kobe's achievements were jaw-dropping, wait till you see where LeBron's taking the game. So don't drop the ball now. Come along with us as we talk about LeBron James in the next video.